Writing a script hasn't changed in over 100 years, so while some softwares will offer different tools such as timelines, vision boards, catalogs, and beat sheets, the format for writing is relatively the same cut and dry approach. That is until the team of SoCreate reached out to me about their software. So SoCreate isn't just simply a screenwriting software, but the idea is that they've recontextualized and changed their appearance and changed their approach on how to traditionally go about writing a script. It's a lot more immersive, there's a lot more visuals and a completely different format to writing the script. So instead of just staring at this, you can stare at something that's a lot more immersive and a lot more tangible in order to work with, so you can really feel the story, you can really get inside the world of your character and really get much more creative when you're writing your story. By setting up, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to SoCreate.it, and once you've done making an account, then you're going to come to a screen like this. So in order to get started with a new project, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the top left hand corner and I'm going to select either a movie, TV show, short, or import a final draft script. In this case, I'm just going to click on movie. Once I'm set up, what I'm going to do is under scene 1, I'm going to go over to the boxes on the right hand side and select location in order to add location. I'm going to start writing in the name of the location or what the type of location is. And you're going to see that as soon as I write in what the location is, it's automatically going to start generating sort of a conceptual photo. That's because SoCreate has its own library of concept photos for both location as well as your character, but we'll get to that in a second. So in location, I'm going to select whether it's interior, outerior, or something else. I'm going to select the time of day and then press enter. And automatically a location has been added to our scene. Right after that, I'm going to go over to our buttons again and select action. So in this action box, I'm going to type in what my action scene is, or what the action for the scene is. In order to add a character, there's a bunch of different ways we can go about this. Again, we can go over to the boxes and select add character, and a small screen is going to pop up where we're not only going to write in the name of our character, but we can select the age and the gender, and we have a concept photo to represent our character. There's a multitude of different photos to choose from, including realistic photos and doodle images, so you can just select one that's already there, or upload a picture of either an actor you're thinking of casting, or just a picture of a person that you're just going to use as a physical representation of your character. So once you do that, you're going to press enter, and automatically you notice that a text box is going to appear with a character right beside it. This is one of the unique things that SoCreate does, where instead of again doing the traditional format of just name and then the dialogue, it's going to make it feel as if you're watching or reading the characters say their lines. So it's going to be a character and then their dialogue box will appear. So in this dialogue box, I can write any line that I want. I have a multitude of different options in that dialogue box, such as I can select the mood or how I want my actor to be acting out that particular line. I can select whether or not the dialogue is a voiceover or something else, which normally we would put in parentheses, but here it has an option for that automatically included, as well as I can add in bold, italicized, underline, and various other formatting options. Now, another way that we can add characters into our scene is, let's say I have a dialogue box where I have a character who's trying to interact with another character. So in the dialogue box, I can press the @ sign and type in the name of a character, and it's automatically going to generate that character. So now I have that character automatically included in my catalog. When I say the catalog, that's basically all these characters and locations that are going to pop up on your left hand side. These are characters and locations that are going to generate on their own while you're writing your script. What makes this great is that instead of going all the way over to character and then just adding in the character, I can go over to our catalog, select the character who's going to speak next, and automatically a dialogue box will appear for them. This makes it a lot more efficient when it comes to writing out the dialogue and writing out a conversation with my characters. Plus, again, it's almost like feeling like, okay, who do I want to come and speak next? Once I've written out my scene with my appropriate action lines and my characters, I can go over to story structure, select add scene, and then select either before or after scene, but we're going to select after scene 1, and automatically scene 2 will be generated, and then we keep going with that process. So automatically the workflow is way more different, but in a way it's also a lot more efficient, and it helps with that immersive experience. Now, before you want to actually write your script, you'll want to plan out your story using what's called a beat sheet. If you don't know what a beat sheet is, I have a tutorial on how to write a script from start to finish, which you'll find in the description. Once you have a beat sheet ready, you can actually copy the description of each beat and copy it into the scene notes. So that way, as I'm writing my script, I know that I can come up here and I can get a reminder of what the script is about. This is helpful so I don't have to keep going back and forth between different softwares, which can just take up so much time and can be very disorganized. See, one of the things I also really like, as I said before, is I'm a visual thinker, so I get inspiration from what I'm seeing. In SoCreate, I can include pictures of my work to give me a visual concept for my story. You can see I already have a bunch of different pictures, so I can choose a poster for my heading. For my characters, I can upload photos of my actors or different concepts. Now, these are screenshots from my movie, so that's why they're like that. But you can see that as I'm writing my script, I can look at the face of the actor and imagine them saying the lines. When you add a location, just by describing the setting you're in, you can add lots of options of concept photos to choose from in order to give you a visual. You can set the parameters, such as if it's day or night, or if the location is outside or inside. I can get some basic parameters like character's age and gender in order to not only give you info on the character, but also to filter through some character photos you can choose from in order to find something to represent your character. In both location and character, I can also upload my own concept photos in case I have my own designs or ideas for casting. This way you're not just staring at a black and white text, but you also have a person to look at and imagine how they might speak. Okay, now get ready, because we haven't even talked about the best part about the script. See, you might have noticed right away that yes, the layout is different and we have a new approach and everything, but how are we supposed to present our script, which looks like this, into an industry where there is a certain standard, where scripts do have to look the traditional way or no one's even going to look at it? Yes, while the working format is different, while in creative writing, everything is going to work different and you can look at pictures and all this stuff. If you export your script or you're about to send it off to be printed, it's automatically going to generate your traditional script with all the standardized formatting and structure that you would normally see. So it doesn't matter how your creative process is, the output is always going to be the standardized version. Now, I have to be honest about just a couple drawbacks I have with SoCreate. The first one is, like any fairly new software, there's a couple bugs once in a while. Like, for instance, quite often I'd be adding in characters and dialogue, which would appear not at the end of my scene, but right smack in the middle where I didn't want it to. However, when I notified the team at SoCreate about these bugs, they were very quick to respond and to look into the issue. The other issue that I have is that I like world building in my stories, even if it's not necessarily a fantasy or a sci-fi, because for me, that helps me create depth. I will write entire biographies for my characters and entire pages describing every town, kingdom, and power system. Unfortunately, that option isn't available as of this moment. But anyways, I do think that as a beginning software, I think SoCreate is definitely one of these great tools and available options for you as a screenwriter. Now, let's say you're interested in getting your own account for SoCreate. Well, if you use my own code, which is available on the screen right now, you'll get $20 off a yearly subscription. And of course, that's also going to help support me on my channel so I can continue to do more videos and collaborations like this. So I highly recommend go to SoCreate, let them know that I sent you there, and let me know how you found SoCreate as a new way and a new approach to writing your scripts and your stories. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please let me know down in the comment section. I'm very interested to hear how you found it helpful. Good luck with your scripts, and I will see you next time.